Coming up on OU Nightly, we search for answers about the suspicious package left outside Gaylord Hall. And small businesses around Norman closing down. What the city says about the problem. Plus, former Sooner, now NBA star Trae Young, giving back to the community where he grew up. This is OU Nightly.
Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Victoria Anderson.
And I'm Spencer Plata. We begin tonight with more questions than answers about evacuations right here at Gaylord Hall on Friday.
It started around 1 o'clock when fire alarms went off inside Gaylord Hall. OU police say it was in response to this sign and suspicious items near a statue on the east side of the building. After an all clear was given, OU Nightly found the suspicious items in a dumpster outside of Gaylord Hall.
OU Nightly's Morgan Martin is asking questions to the OU police tonight. She joins us live with details. Morgan.
Spencer, Victoria, we started asking questions earlier today, and I've got to tell you, as of this afternoon, not a whole lot of answers, but it is still on the minds of students.
There was police officers in the front, and they were like, oh no, you have to walk around the building, like you can't walk in right here, there's a suspicious package. And then I walked to the side and everyone's evacuating Gaylord and everyone's like, there's a bomb threat, it's a bomb threat. And I was like, oh shoot, I didn't know what to do.
Friday afternoon, OU PD responded to a call concerning suspicious items outside of Gaylord Hall. Sarah Shetler with the Norman Police Department says their department was on scene assisting OU police as part of a hazardous device unit.
For what was happening here on campus, the University of Oklahoma Police Department contacted our agency and initiated a mutual aid request.
The multi-jurisdictional team has members of both the University of Oklahoma Police and Norman Police Department.
So we were able to utilize that asset to fully investigate the incident before the all clear was issued.
Now, I asked OU police specifically why the suspicious items were thrown into a dumpster outside of Gaylord Hall, if there's still an ongoing investigation, and if they find out who planted those items, if any charges will they face. I received an email back that just recapped what happened here on Friday, but we will continue to ask the university these questions and let you know what and if we hear back. Reporting live, Morgan Martin, OU Nightly.
Many locally owned Norman restaurants have locked their doors in the last month, causing concern for the community. OU Nightly reporter Bailey Coyle is live at one of those restaurants recently closed. Bailey?
Yeah, I'm here at Penny Hill, which closed its doors on January 19th after being open for more than 40 years. Other businesses such as 405's Burger and Bar and Nashville on Main Street have also recently shut down. And next on that list is going to be Equity Brewery Company, which said last night on Facebook that it will close in July. I spoke to the Norman Chamber of Commerce today about these closings.
Empty parking lots, locked doors, and dark dining rooms are now the reality for many local-owned businesses in Norman.
Whenever a business closes, it's heartbreaking, particularly one that has been here for a while. They've built a fan base.
Scott Martin, the president and CEO of the Norman Chamber of Commerce, says that when one door closes, another one opens.
Recently, we've had Beanstalk Coffee come downtown. There's a new bar called Prohibition that opened up last year, and there's even a new daiquiri restaurant and bar that's opened up recently on Main Street in the heart of downtown.
It's not a surprise for Martin that businesses have been closing, but he says he's not worried.
So I think we're not in any kind of unordinary cycle right now. Small business is really hard.
OU football may help Norman businesses find the end zone. With OU moving to the SEC, there will be double the amount of tickets available for the visiting team, 5,000 total. Martin thinks this increase of visitors will help.
Because let's face it, when you and I travel, we go someplace new and different, we probably aren't looking for the national chain, even though those are great places to go and enjoy food or whatever. we kind of want to experience that local flavor.
It's the small businesses that help Norman keep its local charm.
But when a uniquely Norman store, restaurant, when they close, we lose a little bit of our character in that way.
Martin says that to help keep these unique businesses like Penny Hill from shutting down, to eat and shop locally. Reporting live, Bailey Coyle, OU Nightly.
Thank you, Bailey. Today is the last day to apply for absentee ballots for Super Tuesday. According to the Oklahoma State Election Board, the deadline to request an absentee ballot is 5 p.m. To request an absentee ballot, visit oklahoma.gov/voters/absentee and enter your information.
With drivers going the wrong way on highway exits, wrong way accidents are one of the leading causes of motor vehicle collisions in the state of Oklahoma. OU Nightly's AJ Guerrero has more on how the Department of Transportation is helping to lower the number of accidents.
In a project that started along I-40 in 2022, the Oklahoma Department of Transportation is continuing their plan to install new wrong way signs along the I-35 southern corridor between Cleveland County and the Oklahoma state line.
We're going to be doing that entire corridor as one project. It'll just be done in phases. So right now, we're doing some work between Moore and the Pauls Valley area. Once this is done, we'll move a little further south and we'll kind of try to do it in chunks, and then we'll do it in a phased approach.
As seen here, with the installation of thermal imaging and flashing lights, the updated wrong way signs alert the driver that they're going the wrong way and to turn around.
Yeah, and the only other clarification I think I did mention it is what we're doing right now is we're not physically putting these up. So, you're not going to drive through Moore next week and see them. We're doing a lot of the pre-work, almost kind of the early stages. It is going to take us a few months to actually get the signs up and everything hooked up and going.
The new wrong way signs on I-35 are expected to be completed by the end of this year or by the latest early 2025. AJ Guerrero, OU Nightly.
With the project being carried on, be on the lookout for narrowed lanes and construction going south on I-35.
A domestic violence call turns deadly in Minnesota. OU Nightly's Darby McCormick has that and the rest of today's national and international headlines from the News Center.
Burnsville police say 2 police officers and a firefighter were killed after responding to a domestic incident. Police say an armed suspect has barricaded himself in a house with 7 children early Sunday morning. Officers say the suspect opened fire after an hours-long police standoff. The suspect was found dead. The people inside of the house were released and not hurt. In Mesquite, Texas, police say officers shot a 16-year-old student who reportedly brought a gun to school. They say the officers were negotiating with the student at the Pioneer Technology and Arts Academy this morning when 3 officers opened fire at the student. Police say the student was taken into custody and transported to the hospital. UNICEF reports that 17,000 Palestinian children are unaccompanied or separated from their parents since the start of the Israel-Hamas war. According to Gaza's health ministry, the war has killed around 30,000 Palestinians since October 7th. The United States says that it is still working with mediators in Egypt and Qatar on ceasefire and hostage release agreements. In the U.S., California Governor Gavin Newsom has activated the state's emergency center ahead of expected severe winter weather this week. Victoria Spencer, back to you.
Well, the sun is back, but so are those allergies.
OU Nightly meteorologist C.D. Finley is outside of Gaylord Hall with the latest on the allergy report. C.D.
Yeah, that's right, ladies. The allergies are definitely kind of sky high right now, and that's a big part due to the tree allergies. Cedar and elm pollen has been kind of floating out and around the atmosphere lately, and so that's probably, if you've been feeling stuffy recently, that's most likely why. And that's going to be a big part of our weather headlines heading into the next week or so. Again, those allergies are going to be kind of a big deal, so we'll keep a close eye on that. But we are going to warm up again this week, and then we do have some rain chances coming in at the end of next weekend, a week from today, next Monday. So we'll keep an eye on that as well, and I have more on that in Maine weather. Back to you.
Thanks, CD. When OU Nightly returns, how students could be seeing financial aid later than expected.
We have the latest on FAFSA's delayed rollout.
And a warning from more police on staying safe from scammers.
How to protect your wallet next on OU Nightly. As acceptance letters start to roll out for high school seniors, their decisions could be affected by the uncertainty of financial aid. OU Nightly's Olivia Hayes has this in today's Money Matters.
Victoria's schools and universities will not get the information they need to award financial aid until next month. It's causing a lot of headaches for families, and many are saying they're having to delay their college decision. The U.S. Department of Education changed their FAFSA form to make it easier, but it came out 2 months later than expected. Some schools have changed their acceptance day, but the University of Oklahoma keeps their May 1st deadline. More Police is warning people of a scam. Police say people are claiming to be in a crisis, ask a person for their phone, then transfer money quickly to themselves. More PD's advice tonight: never hand over personal devices and call police if you think you've been scammed. Capital One is buying Discover Financial Services, according to reports from the Wall Street Journal. The deal is believed to be one of the biggest mergers of 2024, combining two of the largest credit card companies in the U.S. Capital One has a market value of more than $52 billion, while Discover's is $28 billion. Capital One says they plan to keep the Discover branding, according to the Journal. Expect to pay more at the pump this week. According to Gas Buddy, average gas prices in Oklahoma City have risen almost 5 cents. Nationally, they're on the rise as well. Spencer, Victoria.
Thank you, Olivia. When we return, find out which social media app is under fire across the pond.
And what requirements the European Union are demanding when we return.
And I'll have more on your weather headlines, including the allergies and the rain chances that we have coming up in the next week. Hey everybody, welcome back to OU Nightly. Here's your main forecast for today. It's looking like a very pretty day outside right now. A lot of sun, and we're getting warm temperatures out there too, especially compared to this past weekend. We're sitting at 63 right now, not very humid at all. So, and it does feel like 63 too, so it feels exactly how it is outside at the moment. Now, the unfortunate side is it also feels like it's a lot of people are feeling those allergies out there right now, to be frank. Those tree allergies are kind of the main culprit here with all that cedar and cedar pollen and elm that's kind of just floating out in the atmosphere right now. But mold does play a little bit of a part of it, although it's not as severe as those tree allergies are currently. But going in beyond that, you know, all the pollen is kind of being carrying around by all these winds that are going through here in central Oklahoma right now, 8 miles per hour, 12 down there in Lawton. So it's a little bit gusty out there currently. But going into the next week, we are going to warm up quite a bit aside from those windy conditions. Again, 63 outside right now, but we're going to start breaking into the mid to upper 70s going into the next week or so. Going into Thursday, it'll be about 64 degrees, so cooling off just a little bit there. But then once we get back to that weekend, again, about lower mid 70s there for your high. So again, it's going to be quite a warm week as we move forward. But going into the next week or so, after the next weekend rather, we will have some rain chances coming in. This is kind of what's keeping those warm temperatures around. We'll get a little bit of a high pressure ridge bringing us those winds and those warmer temperatures. But as we head into the end of the weekend, about Sunday, heading into Monday, we'll have a low pressure system start to move in, bringing us a line of rain. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at the timing of this event. So going into Saturday morning, it'll still be nice and clear, a little bit of a cloud cover actually, as that low pressure system starts to move towards us. But then you may notice going into the Monday afternoon / evening, we may see those storm chances start to pop back up. Now, for lows for tonight, it'll be about 40 degrees, so it'll start to cool off just a little bit. But going into tomorrow, it'll warm up just a bit again. 73 in Oklahoma City, 71 in Norman. So again, warming up this week as we head into the weekend. Now, again, you can see the evidence here on our 7-day forecast. Again, mid 70s all the way throughout. And then again, there still is that little bit of chance of rain there on Monday, 30% chance of rain. So we'll be sure to keep an eye on that. Now, ladies, I don't know about you guys, but I have been definitely feeling those allergies quite a little bit. How are y'all feeling out there right now?
Well, I hate to say it, but I've been sneezing quite a bit recently.
I thought I kind of got over it last week, and then I saw your forecast, and I was like, oh no, here it comes again, CD.
Yeah.
But thank you for keeping us informed as always.
Yes, of course.
Now, switching gears, the European Union is investigating TikTok to trying to find out if it's doing enough to protect children and teenagers online. The EU Commission will assess Whether TikTok, which is owned by the Chinese company ByteDance, is complying with EU social media regulation to mitigate the risk of users becoming addicted to its content and safeguard children's privacy and safety. Investigators say that TikTok's age verification tools may not be reasonable, proportionate, and effective. Social media companies in Europe must follow stricter laws than in the United States.
Oklahoma women's basketball went on the road to Morgantown to try to keep their 9-game winning streak alive this weekend.
And the men's team took on a top 10 Kansas team on Saturday. Emma McAndrews has the details.
Thanks, ladies. Oklahoma baseball returned to the mound at Globe Life Field for the season opener this weekend. Find out how the Sooners season started during their 3-game weekend in Arlington, including a top 10 opponent. Next in sports. Hello, I'm Emma McAndrews, and it's time for sports. OU men's basketball suffered their 3rd home loss of the season to Kansas on Saturday. Despite the combined 32 points from juniors Jalen Moore and Javian McCollum, the Sooners lost the top 25 matchup 67-57 and now have dropped out of the top 25 rankings entirely. With only 5 games left in the regular season, the Sooners turn their focus to getting better in their Bedlam Road matchup on Saturday.
We got to go on a mission to get better. Got to go on a mission to get fresh, healthy, and tons to look forward to these final 5 games. And we want to get better this week. We had a really poor second half. We've got to go on a mission this weekend to get fresh and get better.
Jenny Baranchek's squad dropped their road game to West Virginia Saturday, the first time OU women's basketball has lost in Morgantown since 2017. The Mountaineers ended the Sooners' 9-game winning streak with a final score 70-66. The Sooners look to rebound as they hit the road again to take on Cincinnati tomorrow. OU baseball swung for the fences during their opening weekend in Arlington, taking a 10-inning thriller over number 9 Tennessee, 5-1 on Saturday. And the fun didn't stop there as true freshman Jackson Willits hit in this winning run to walk off Nebraska, 7-6 on Sunday. Willits says it's great to see it all come together.
You know, it means a lot. We worked hard all fall, so to finally see it starting to come together out here, it's great. We fight every day in practice. It's just as intense as out here with the bottom of the 9th with the bases loaded, so the coaches bring it every day and us players bring it every day. If we play the way we can play, I think we'll be fine at the end of the day. So just play hard and play the way we play every day.
Sooner softball dominated this weekend, marking their 6th shutout of the season at the Cowgirl Challenge. OU run-ruled Central Arkansas on Friday and Sunday, along with Lamar on Saturday. The Sooners only allowed 1 run across 5 games and now sit at 9-0 on the season, stretching their NCAA record winning streak to 62 games. All the stars were shining this weekend in Indianapolis for the NBA's All-Star Weekend. Former OU men's basketball star Trae Young nutmegs former Thunder player Kevin Durant here. The East take down the West 211-186 in the All-Star game. And in the Rising Stars Challenge, Jalen Williams hits this 3 to seal the win for his team. Victoria Spencer.
Thank you, Emma. Coming up on OU Nightly, hear how the Paycom Center is comparing to other NBA arenas.
A new study looks into how the arena is serving up the best deals in the NBA. Next.
I'm Bryn Mead at the OU Nightly Update Desk. A Campus Corner staple is forced to close down, Hertz Donut. This is the sign up on the door. The Oklahoma Tax Commission posted this, citing non-payment of delinquent taxes. I reached out to the store, but the call immediately dropped. Victoria Spencer.
Thank you, Bryn. The stats don't lie. Paycom Center has claimed the top spot for NBA food fans in a new study by Betway Insider. According to the data from across NBA stadiums, Paycom Center has the best food and drinks by cost and accessibility.
The data shows that Thunder fans have the most affordable beer and the cheapest hot dogs compared to other competitors. The stadium also has the most concession stands per seats and size.
And for those checking out the best food in the NBA at Thursday's game, you might want to dress for warmer weather.
Let's take one more look at this week's forecast. CD.
Thank you, ladies. That's right. You do want to dress for a little bit of warmer weather. That game on Thursday is going to be 64 degrees, so not as warm as the other days, but again, still warm enough. And then looking at your 7-day forecast again, about 70s pretty much all throughout the week. And then Monday, you have that rain chance there again, ladies.
Thank you, CD. Thank you for watching OU Nightly. I'm Victoria Anderson.
And I'm Spencer Plato. Be sure to watch OU Nightly live weekdays at 4:30. Good night.